This is TWiT.
You probably have, if you're an Android geek or any kind of tech geek, you may have a couple of these around. These are old Raspberry Pis, or maybe some Arduino connected, network connected Arduinos. Well, you can take your old gear and you can actually do the Internet of Things, but in a hugely different way than they're done right now. And that is, you could do it securely. This has been all the news. Everything IoT has been owned. It has been hacked because basically you're taking an insecure piece of hardware and you're putting it on the net. However, there's a company out there that makes IoT not just secure, but really, really safe. The app I've chosen is this. It's if you go to the product cam, so they can, well, the other one, that's the one that Flo. There we go. Well, no,
no, that's me.
Sorry. On the side. Or maybe
there might be some patching that happens.
In this general area.
Wiki.
There we go. Okay.
Oh,
actually,
brightness.
Let me turn that all the way down. There we go.
Thank you, Mac and Josh.
What this is the front end of their service. It's 2 lines. So you would add 2 lines to your Raspberry Pi, or about 10 lines of code to any Arduino sketch. And this gives you complete control over the I/O. Now, the cool thing is I can hook up sensors to this. I can hook up relays to this. I can make it so that I can trigger things that trigger actions on the internet. For example, now if you go to the product cam in front of me, Josh, this little setup is something that I created for know-how. Super simple. There's a Raspberry Pi, there's an IR motion sensor, and then there's this little thing that's triggered by the motion sensor. And I can now just push a button and I can actually activate things. And this is anywhere in the world. I'm not connected to this. It's just that we're both connected to the internet, and I can control multiple devices. So, for example, right now I created a project where you could have one Raspberry Pi set up in Hong Kong and one Raspberry Pi set up in, say, San Francisco, and you can move a little switch back and forth, and it will move it on both sides. Super stupid, but I mean, that's an Internet of Thing. And this makes it so useful. I can control all of the actions of my Raspberry Pi from, I can see how much memory it's using, how much CPU it's using. I can actually jump in and get a secure shell. I can shut things down or start things up remotely. This is quite possibly, if you're an IoT developer, the easiest way to get into IoT. Now, JJ to the 4884 in the chat room is asking exactly how secure this might be. Well, the reason why so many IoT devices are insecure is because you're putting the hardware on the internet, you're exposing it to the internet, and that's a bad idea, because anyone with a computer can hammer it until they find a vulnerability. This is not exposed to the internet. This connects, this reaches out to the Cayenne, the My Devices server, and it gets its commands from that. And same thing with the Internet of Things device, which means there is no open port. There's no internet-facing interface that will allow someone to hammer on it. Now, again, I know it's going to lose because this is not a complete app. This is the start of an app that you might make. It's the start of a device. And actually, if you go back to over here, yeah. So this little motion sensor, when I enable the script, what it will allow me to do is, if someone passed in the motion sensor, I will get a text on my phone, because it's sort of like IFTTT. And it will turn this on. This could be an AC lamp. It could be a strobe. It could be a floodlight. And I could also have it communicate with another Raspberry Pi or another Arduino that's on the other side of the property to turn on a camera. So if you've wanted to play with IoT, but you don't have a lot of experience, this is a way to do it in sort of module base. You just drag the module in and you say, if this happens, trigger that. That's awesome. This is a My Devices by Cayenne.
Does it work with closed Internet of Things devices?
These are all closed.
Oh, I mean, like stuff you can buy off the shelf.
Oh, not yet, unless you have a way to install the script that allows it to communicate with the servers. It won't work. But right now, it works with any version of Raspberry Pi. It works with any network-connected Arduino. You can make an incredibly inexpensive IoT device and control it from anywhere in the world, but do it securely. So that's it. That's my app. And again, not going to win because I know that the audience is really, really small for this. But if you're thinking about IoT, try this. It is so much fun.